Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. In this video we're going to be covering some bot farming locations found throughout Runescape 3. Apart from some locations I actually thought botting was dead in Runescape 3, however, because I saw some screenshots in my own Discord, I've realized that there's still quite a lot of bots out there, and they're pretty sophisticated as well. So when you're ready, grab that cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. The first botting farm we're going to be talking about is actually something you can find in free-to-play. I stumbled across this botting location when I was playing around with my free-to-play alts. It seems that these bots are actually farming soft clay. Now soft clay is actually quite expensive as it's used in making urns, and because of the mining and smithing rework, it's actually slower to obtain and therefore more valuable, as there's probably more demand than supply. Well, the bots are the supply. Now you can find these bots in most of the free-to-play worlds mining close to the drain or lodestone. Now what these bots do is they mine the soft clay, then teleport to Burthrope to bank. Once they have banked in Burthrope, they'll teleport back, walk to the soft clay and keep mining. They actually pause here and there, and that's why you can see their bots, as bots usually click to one location on the minimap, then wait a second, the program or script thinks, and then they move to the next location. That's also why there's a delay in their inventory becoming full and them teleporting. I was actually surprised to see that most of the bots did not have a very high mining level, meaning that they're either fresh bots or they just started botting. Now if they're fresh bots, that could mean that Jagex does ban these bots and is aware of the soft clay mining bots. Also, a weird thing I noticed is that these bots actually have a crafting level of 25 to 35. I don't know why. And apparently in Burthrope they also go away from the lodestone behind the general for the troll quest. I really don't know what's going on there, but they do that for some reason. These bots remind me of the Varrock West Bank runecrafting bots I saw a lot of about a year ago, which I do believe are not there anymore because they have banned them all. Anyways, to conclude this bot farm, I reported all of them, and if any Jagex moderator is watching this video, please ban these bots because they shouldn't be in the game and it's unfair to legitimate players. The next bots are smithing bots, but I don't know what they're smithing. Now these bots are actually smithing in the Falador mine, but they're doing it in the area where literally no one ever comes by, probably on purpose. I then started hopping worlds to find more of these bots because I was pretty astonished, to be honest. Now, I didn't find them in every single world and actually found one legitimate player as well for some weird reason. I did find a couple more though, around 5 or 6 of these, which isn't too many, but they're still botting and that's against the rules of RuneScape. I'm really curious to what these bots are actually smithing. It might be rune bars. I don't know if they're actually profitable for free to play, or maybe another type of bar, but they probably have thousands of ores stacked. Who knows, these bots might even have other bots alongside them mining ores for them to smith. I really don't know. Or they're doing something that is stackable and they can smith a ton of in one go. If you guys know what they could be smithing, please let me know down in the comments below because I'm actually really curious. I actually went looking around the free-to-play worlds for Luminite bots, but I was pleasantly surprised to not find them. At least all the players there looked like legitimate players and they didn't look like bots. Who knows, they could still be a bot with 1k total and a throwaway account mining Luminite ore. I really don't know. But as far as I know, there isn't too many free-to-play mining bots apart from the soft clay mining bots. Next up are Frost Dragon bots. Now I know about these because someone in my Discord actually posted a screenshot of one looking like a bot with a ton of melee combat experience, and of course all other stats low and 85 dungeoneering for the Frost Dragons. Now some of these bots are actually real players with weird RuneScape usernames farming gold, so they're probably gold farmers, but a lot of these accounts here seem to be actual bots. They have strange names, don't reply, and they all have the same gear. Now there are some legitimate players using a Sourdoming Goldsword as well, but usually the bots are using a Sourdoming Goldsword for healing, a Amulet of Fury, and Bandos armor. And they usually have a ton of defense or attack experience, or defense if they put in defense. And it's actually ridiculous to see the amount of experience these accounts have actually gained, whether it's gold farmers in Venezuela or something, or actual bots. They have tens of hundreds of millions of combat experience combined. That's billions of GP in Frost Dragon Bones, and they're getting accounts trained up, common experience. It's just, oh man. I thought the blue balls that were at Frost Dragons were supposed to be there against gold farmers or bots. Now, like I said, some of them may be gold farmers, which is still against the rules of RuneScape, as you're not allowed to sell gold for actual real-life money. The people that did reply, though, seem to suck at English, which makes me think that they're Venezuelan gold farmers, because, as you may know, that's an actual thing, especially in old-school RuneScape. Another weird thing, much like the free-to-play smithing bots, is that these bots actually had cosmetics. And they had cosmetics either to hide their botting gear or stats, or they just had cosmetics to look like an actual player. But then again, when you examine them, they have 85 dungeoneering and millions upon millions of combat experience, all into melee combat. Very sketchy indeed. I'm speeding these clips up because I have so much footage of these gold farmers or bots, but this particular one you're seeing on screen now is very interesting. I was getting attacked by the Frost Dragon, and the bot or gold farmer seemed to know, as he didn't attack the Frost Dragon for a while until he knew, or the bot knew, that it was safe to attack for the Frost Dragon bone drop. Now, this particular account had a clan cape, and of course I examined the account, and then I noticed a clan name, which was a strange name on itself. And so I decided to look it up on the high scores, and oh boy, I found something interesting. So this clan is filled with either bots or gold farmers all doing the same thing. There's 8 clan members or something, and when you go to clan stats, you see that all the clan experience, being 1 billion total experience, is gained in attack, strength, defense, constitution, and a bit in dungeoneering for all of those accounts to have level 85 dungeoneering, and 2 accounts being made in progress, because they had very low clan experience. This is very strange. Even if they're normal accounts and it's gold farmers, it's still very strange and super sketchy. I of course journeyed on with my trip to find more bots or gold farmers. There's so damn many of them. If you just hop worlds, you'll find some for yourself, and if you really want to, you can go ahead and look for yourself right after watching this video, and I'll promise you'll find a bunch of them. The next botting farm is still in the game for some stupid reason. I don't understand how they still run these bots and make a profit, because there's been so many changes to cursed energy, and you can attack the bots now and stuff, but there's still so many of these accounts in free-to-play worlds. It's ridiculous. Now, the reason there are so many might be because of the small profit you get per bot, and to make up for that, because of the wilderness changes and stuff, they are running tons and tons of these bots. I know this is a very popular thing and everybody knows about this, but I still wanted to mention this one in the video. And as you guys can see, there are some PKers in some worlds waiting for the bots to fill up their inventories with cursed energy. Currently, cursed energy is dropping in price, and that may have to do with the fact that there are so many bots. Not per se the bots that are selling the cursed energy, but the PKers killing the bots that have farmed cursed energy, because that cursed energy is still coming into the game, whether it's through the PKers or through the bots, which sucks either way. And here's another gold farm for bots. The God Wars Dungeon 1 Zamorak and Saradomin minion rooms. Now, I've been seeing these bots for around 2 years here, and they have never disappeared, and they just keep on farming and making new accounts to get coins, and you know, they have tons and tons of ranged and magic common experience, and you can clearly see that these are actually bots, because they're wearing very cheap gear to negate the aggression of the creatures in the Zamorak minion encampment, which is just pathetic. And these make a lot of money, because I know the Zamorak encampment is very good money, especially if you have a spring cleaner with you, and these bots are running 24/7 most likely and making bank. And I think it's so easy to get away with botting here, because the only people that actually come in God Wars Dungeon 1 are either lower level players or newer players or returning players that, you know, don't really know the difference between a bot and a normal player in RuneScape 3, or they just won't think twice about it. And it's so bad that I even found 2 main accounts botting here. I actually waited 10 minutes for a reply in case they were AFKing, and they were not using aggression potions and clearly high level and attacking them one by one manually wearing a 120 cape. I actually saw someone with a 120 prayer cape doing this, and that's just pathetic. Those main accounts are probably not farming for the money per se, but more so for common experience to get 120s. And it's just strange that they can get away with this, and these bots have been around for ages now, and I'm sure these bots have been mentioned in various other botting videos throughout the years, but they have been around and they have not been punished whatsoever for their botting actions, which is ridiculous. So my opinion on these bots are that they need to be removed from the game, as they put other players at an unfair advantage if they're gold farming for their personal gain or for IRL money. Either way, it's crashing the market of various items and it makes skilling methods less profitable, which is the main reason I dislike botting farms. Now if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.